Hey y'all, my name's Chelsea KK and I teach people how to move through emotions with coloring, which is exactly what we're gonna do together today. In the next few minutes, you're gonna take how you're feeling, a heaviness, a tingling, an anxious feeling, whatever is there, and you're gonna color it out onto a piece of paper. My promise to you is that once we're done, you're gonna feel a little lighter, a little brighter, and a little more settled. The good news is that you do not have to be good at art. You don't have to have any words for how you're currently feeling. Truly, if you can hold a crayon, a marker, or a pen, you can do this. Here's everything you're gonna need to follow along. The first is something to color on. The second is something to color with. Now, for paper, you can literally use whatever you have. A Post-it note, a blank piece of paper, lined paper, junk mail, literally use whatever you have. The same goes for what to color with. I love crayons and recommend for people to use crayons, but if you don't have crayons, use markers, colored pencils, or if you only have a highlighter or a pen or a pencil, that is great. Truly use whatever you have. Pause this video if you need to go gather your supplies, and then we'll move to the next step. Okay, now trust that I'm going to lead you through every step of the process. While it's super simple, there's a few little things that are going to help make your experience even better. Now, what exactly is intuitive coloring? Intuitive coloring is literally taking an emotion or how you're feeling and giving it a shape and a color on a piece of paper. That's it. It's really that simple. Please, please, please keep in mind that you are not trying to color anything pretty here. It's not going to hang in a museum. You don't even have to show anyone else. There's not any hidden rules or expectations for intuitive coloring, meaning there's not a wrong way or a right way to color. It might feel a little unfamiliar at first, but the more comfortable you get with it, the better and more settled you're going to feel. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Intuitive coloring is literally just following your gut or your intuition and putting it into colors on a page. Now, before we dive into coloring, we first have to find out what we're going to color. To do that, let's go ahead and put our feet flat on the floor, if you can, and follow me in taking 2 deep breaths. We're going to inhale really deeply through our nose and exhale through our mouth really big. We're going to do that again. Inhale through your nose as deep as you can go and let out a huge exhale out of your mouth. Okay. Now we're going to do a body scan. A body scan is starting at the top of your head and working your way down to your toes to find the part of your body that is making the most noise or where you feel the strongest sensation. So starting with your head, you can move down to your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, your back, your chest, your stomach, your arms, your hands, your hips, your legs, all the way to your toes. And see which part is making the most noise and basically saying, hey, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. Maybe it feels tight or constricted. Maybe it feels really rigid and immobile. Maybe it feels really tense. Maybe it feels really open. Maybe it feels really airy. Maybe you don't feel anything at all. I want you to know that feeling numb or feeling flat, those are sensations. You just found the noisiest part of your body. Whatever you found, I want you to take a second to write it at the top of the page. So for example, for me, the loudest part of my body right now is my jaw. So I'll write that down. And then I want you to write 1 to 3 words to describe the sensations in that part of your body. So for example, for my jaw, it feels tight, clenched, and a little sore. Take a few seconds to write your words down. Now, why are we doing this? It's because emotions are energy, and energy is meant to move. And sometimes if we don't know what to do with that emotion because it feels unfamiliar, it feels really big, it feels really overwhelming, we're scared to look at it, we don't want to touch it, that's when the energy gets stagnant. And the more stagnant that energy gets, the more likely it is to come out sideways in ways that aren't super ideal for helping us move through emotions. When we feel an emotion that we don't know what to do with, that's when coloring can help us move through the emotion. Keep in mind that we're not trying to get rid of the emotion. We're not trying to fix anything. Our only goal is to help our body move through that emotion by coloring it out onto a piece of paper. We're giving the energy somewhere to go. So now that we have the part of your body that's making the most noise, and the 1 to 3 description words that describe the noise that you found. Now it's the fun part. It's time to color. Now, my favorite way to color is to look at all my colors and see which color jumps out to me first. So today, blue is jumping out to me the most. Now I'll take this blue and I'll just start coloring, and then I'll continue to use it until it feels like I'm done with the whole coloring, or if it feels like I need to pick up and use another color. Here's another approach to get started though. Some people that I color with, they immediately have a color and shape come to mind when they find the noise. And then other people that I color with, they like to sit with the noise and visualize the picture in its entirety before they start coloring. There's really no wrong or right way to start coloring. Just do whatever feels the most natural for you. Remember, your coloring can be super simple. It can be super complex. It can be really messy. It can be really clean. You could use one color. You can use 50 colors. The process is entirely up to you. Just trust that you're going to know when the coloring is complete. So go ahead and pause this video, take as much time as you need, and come back when you're ready to move to the next step. Welcome back, friend. Now, if you paused and colored, here's my coloring, I want you to look at your coloring like you did it. Chances are your coloring is going to look completely different than mine, and that is exactly the way intuitive coloring works. Now, if you didn't pause to color, and if you felt stuck and didn't know where to start, I'm going to throw some examples on the screen to show you what other people that I have colored with have done. These colorings are from people from the ages 7 to 76. I want you to notice how none of the colorings look the same. Some are very simple, some are more complicated, some use a little part of the page, some use the entire page. There really is no wrong or right way to color when it comes to intuitively coloring. So if you didn't color, go ahead and try again. And for those of you who did color, I want you to go ahead and check back in with that part of your body that you identified during the body scan. How does that part of your body feel? Most people that I color with say that after they color out that sensation that they found, it feels lighter, it feels more settled, or it feels brighter. That shift in energy is the entire point of intuitive coloring. Intuitive coloring is a way to move through an emotion without having to describe how it feels, without putting a label on it, without having to explain it, or without thinking you have to fix it. And what you just learned today is a skill that you can use anytime. If you're feeling jittery or anxious or a little overwhelmed or really angry or confused, that's when I want you to grab your supplies, take a few breaths, do a body scan, find the noisiest part of your body, and then color it out onto a piece of paper. Now it's about to get even cooler. If you want to take this one step further, the coloring that you just made has a specific message for you. I'm not joking. Emotions are trying to give us messages about what's happening in our internal world. And a lot of times we don't know how to listen to those messages or accurately read the information that it's trying to give us. Over the last 6 years, I've been coloring with over 350 people of all different ages from around the world. And what I've realized is that colors and shapes have specific meanings that can help us understand what the emotion we're feeling is trying to bring to our attention. Not only do I read or interpret people's colorings for them, I also teach people how to interpret or read their own colorings. Now, here's what you can do right now if you're interested in testing that out. You can send me a photo of what you just colored, and for $6, I'll send you an interpretation for your coloring. And I do all of this by hand. I'm definitely not using AI to interpret your colorings. To send me your coloring, just use the link below. It'll send you to a payment link. Pay, and then once you get that receipt, hit reply and send me a picture of your coloring. In 24 hours, I'll reply back to you with an interpretation of your coloring. Or if you're an overachiever and just want to learn how to interpret your own colorings, I got you. There's another link that will take you to a 21-day program. It's self-guided. I call it the Coloring Bet, where I guide you through a series of exercises over 3 weeks so you can interpret your own colorings. It includes one-on-one time with me, not only in the form of me guiding you through an entire coloring session, but also time to be able to answer your questions. Whether you decide to go to the next step or not, you just learned a really cool skill that you can use anytime that you're feeling off. Send me your coloring if you're curious about what message your body's trying to give to you. I would love to interpret it for you. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you around. Bye, y'all.